loves. I'm Saer. I'm 20. I'm a queer fangirl who spends too much time on the internet.
I'm Robert. I'm not quite 50. And I don't spend as much time on the internet, but I have seen way too many movies and TV shows. And this is 50v20.
The podcast where we take a look at queer representation in media.
One ship at a time.
Oh, the chapter, right? It's about the daughter's training to become a knight, right? And it's sort of fascinating how it plays with the classic trope of the hero's journey.
Right. Q. Where do we get the key?
Right here.
Oh, yeah.
Familiar? Mm-hmm. It's the mosaic.
What's the mosaic?
The mosaic. The puzzle.
Nope.
You use tiles. Are you kidding me? You use the tiles to create a design that reflects the beauty of all life. And when you do, there's a mystery prize. You've never heard of this. It's
The beauty of all life? It sounds appropriately vague and impossible. What's the prize?
So-called key to greater magic.
Don't you love it when the metaphors turn out to be literal? Mm-hmm. Let's go.
It's in Fillory.
So then the next episode, we skipped ahead quite a bit.
We sure did.
To get to A Life in the Day, Season 3, Episode 5. Which there's probably a lot of these ships come from little moments in episode by episode, but we needed, a small handful of episodes to watch.
Yeah.
So we jumped to this one because it's a big one.
It's the one.
Yeah. Especially in retrospect later when we find out they remember it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, so I like this episode. It's cute. I kind of don't like this episode actually, but
because there's other stuff going on also?
No.
I would have loved to having watched like the third episode of The Last of Us this season, which had a similar title, I forget what it was. Seeing this, where if it was an episode that just covered Elliot and Quentin, would be probably awesome. One of the great episodes of TV. But there's other plot lines happening at the same time.
In actuality, I think the part of them there is really just about like 15 minutes.
Right.
But that's okay.
It's a lot of montagey editing of time going by.
Yeah. No, I really did. I liked it. I think it's cute. They start a thing. I don't know how they would. We don't really know. We don't get a lot of like.
Wait, how they got together, you mean?
No, I mean, we kind of know how they get together, because on the first year anniversary of being there, they kissed and whatever. Yeah. But then, like, right after that, they're fighting, so that's cute.
Well, it's life. They're gonna fight.
To be fair, also, if you were stuck somewhere and you literally only, like... I mean, there were other people there, but, like, in general, we're only spending time with one person. You would get so pissed and annoyed with them, so that's pretty fair. Then Quentin gets his wife. I don't know if they get married. Whatever. Has a kid.
They were married, yeah.
Married.
He and Ariel.
Yeah. They got married. And then she passes away.
Well, for order of events, they're trying to solve the what is the whole place called? Mosaic.
The mosaic.
I couldn't think of the word. And then Ariel comes to sell. She sells peaches and plums. She travels around selling that to people. Mm-hmm. She has a guy with her named Lunk. And then on their anniversary, they kiss. There's some petty fighting in the montage. Then Ariel comes back without Lunk. So then she hooks up with Quentin. Mm-hmm. They're married. They have a kid. But the whole time she's there, it's actually very brief that you see her. Is that didn't mean Elliot goes anywhere. He's still there with them. It's kind of like with Margot. There's this sort of trio going on.
Yeah. The
three of them. And then there's a kid. Then Ariel dies. The kid grows up and leaves, leaving Elliot and Quentin as old men, and then Elliot dies. And it's a very quick montage that ends that, but it's very well done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really beautiful. And then he finds the tile, right?
Yeah, when he's digging a hole to bury Elliot. Mm-hmm. He finds the tile and puts just that tile in the middle of the mosaic and solves it.
Aw, that's so cute. I'm gonna cry.
Which, solving it, you use the tiles to create a design that reflects the beauty of all life.
Which was their love.
Yeah.
Cute.
Like, the beauty of all life was living and being like having a purpose. They're solving a puzzle together, having someone you love, or a multiple, with the kid and Ariel and each other.
Yeah.
People dying, that's part of life as well. So it had to be the beauty of the entire process.
Yeah. That was cute. We like that.
And then later, I think this is Elliot that says this, we led full good lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should know that we led full, good lives, and we took the quest as far as we could.
And we don't quite know that they remember it.
No.
It's implied they remember something because he bites into a peach.
Right.
It does.
Right.
And kind of pauses.
Deja vu. Peaches and plums. Peaches and plums. Peaches and plums. I got so old. You died. I died. You had a wife. And we had a family. How do we remember that? I don't know.
And then later we'll get a flashback to this very moment where they had a whole conversation about it.
They did.
And we just don't know that at the time.
Yeah.
So they both remember it, and it's a problem. Nerd me is comparing this to when Beverly Crusher and Jean-Luc Picard are stuck in that shuttlecraft for a whole episode.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And they're having, he gets stuck in the shuttle with her son.
What show is this?
Star Trek The Next Generation.
Star Trek.
There's this episode where they can understand their thoughts because of the planet they're on. I forget what the situation exactly was, but they can understand the feelings they have for each other because they had a past relationship, but they don't act on it. And then at the end of the episode, they're just like, well, now that we know that we still feel that way about each other, and it's like, no, we shouldn't act upon it.
So now that we've had this unique experience, what do we do?
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean.
No, I don't. The implant's been removed, remember?
Now that we know how each of us feels, perhaps we should not be afraid to explore those feelings.
Or perhaps we should be afraid. I think I should be going now.
Why not? Because the writer of the next episode's a different writer? What's wrong with you people? I mean, I know it was a syndicated show, but it was a silly ending. This almost felt like that, but it was also the end of the episode, so we know in this show they have ongoing storylines. This is gonna come up again.
Yeah.
And it does.
Yeah. And, we didn't watch the end of season 3, but just to briefly say what happened, because I think it's relevant. Maybe we should have watched an episode here, but I just didn't know which one to watch. But anyway, Quentin's gonna... Yeah, because isn't, Quentin gonna, lock himself... Oh, maybe you know, because he watched the show, but, he's gonna lock himself away or whatever, and then that's why Elliot...
When they get to Black Spire, I think it's something like that. In order to keep the monster in, they have to put some... I don't remember. The plot of the end of season 3 is very complicated.
From what...
Because they're trying to go, find magic.
From what I'm aware of, and people can correct this, is that, Quentin was gonna lock himself away as some sort of, sacrifice, whatever. And Elliot was like, no, that's good, don't do that. And then that's why
Why Elliot ends up
being the monster in season 4.
Yeah.
I think that is Aqualia
Because
related.
the monster gets into him instead.
Moment.
Jumping in from editing because I actually couldn't quite remember how season 3 ended, so I went and watched some bits of that season 3 finale. And
What about you?
I stay in the castle. It's a fair deal. She's been there for centuries, and she's tired, and I'm strong enough. Thanks to the quest. So I'm the new jailer.
This isn't the solution.
I second that.
Alice, who's the one that died for us? You were willing to stay in Fillory for forever. How is this different? Someone has to step up.
Quick alternative pitch. Take the gun with a god-killing bullet and shoot the fucking monster in the face.
Second that, yes.
No, I promise, no clever stuff.
It's more bloody and straightforward.
Look, this monster, it's not a joke. We cannot let it escape, and the only way to make sure that it doesn't is to do this the hard way. Quest taught us that it's like that sometimes.
Quentin's planning to take the place of the jailer. Elliot doesn't like that idea.
I don't like this.
Me neither. But I'm going to do it.
Elliot does bring that gun and shoot the monster.
This is not what we agreed on.
I didn't actually agree on anything, but I did decide that one of my best friends wouldn't spend the rest of his life locked in a prison guarding what turns out to be a really not so scary monster.
And in the end, we aren't exactly told, maybe we are later, why the thing chooses to go into Elliot specifically. Because there's a jump to when they all have had their memories changed and have taken on new identities, and Elliot seems to be the only one who remembers who he is.
Quentin, I found you.
Oh, no, sorry, I'm Brian.
Do a card trick for me, Quentin. Come on. Will you play with me?
Sorry, I think you've got me mistaken for somebody else, but I
saw it. I felt it. Even the gods are afraid of it. This is your fault just as much as it is mine. Get me out of here. Help me. Stop it.
One way or another, I'm gonna win you. I'm gonna get you one way or another. I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna meet you one day.
Don't be scared. This is great. There's so much for us to do together. I can't wait to get started. All the people who really deserve our wrath.
No, look, please, I'm not...
It's just gonna be so fun. I think anything is more fun when you do it with a friend.
One way or another, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you. And one way or another, I'm gonna win you. I'm gonna get you one way or another.
So then by the time we come back for the 1 year anniversary of Life in the Day, because it's episode 5 of season 4, so it's a year after.
Yeah.
We get Escape from the Happy Place, where Elliot has now been trapped inside the monster. They're trying to fix that. And we finally see that conversation.
I love this episode, by the way. Can I just say, I think this is, like, my favorite episode of the show that I've seen. Because it really finally, like, I don't know, creates that dynamic that I like, where it was, like, funny.
Okay.
But it was, like, also not funny.
Well, there's potentially a very horrible thing going on, because the monster is dangerous. He's just currently a little confused, because
but
he's been locked away for a long time.
But, like, the list of all the things that they're going through.
Oh, Elliot going into his embarrassed memories.
And then it's just
his whiteboard of embarrassing memories.
I know, like, I could just pause that and just read all of them. It was great.
How do we survive visiting all of these memories?
Oh, the large man in the short pants was quite helpful, wasn't he?
That's what we need.
More large men in short pants.
Even better. Charlton, meet my friends. Quentin, from the time I convinced him to fight Penny. Fen, who was ready to fight pirates at a moment's notice. And Margot, the welter's captain. No force in heaven or on earth is more terrifying.
You pathetic sons of bitches aren't crying blood by the time this is over.
Okay. Save it for the creatures that you'll be fighting while I look for a door back to my body located in one of these. Every memory I've shoved to a dark corner of my mind. Because being self-aware and happy don't always mix. Let's start with the embarrassments minora.
I also wanted to note really quick, when they get into the memory of him being a bully.
Yeah.
I thought that was, like, really interesting to do. Because you, like, automatically think, like, oh, like, the queer character is, like, being bullied. Like, oh, that's so sad. Like, but no, it turns out he was actually the one bullying.
Which was kind of set up from episode 1, where he did pause when he said he bullied me.
Yeah.
Like, he's not talking about that. He's lying.
Yeah.
Because, he was the bully, and it paints a whole different picture of who Elliot's been the whole time, which is good. That's good writing.
Yeah. Yeah. That brings up, like, the important thing that, like, people who've been through trauma aren't always just, like, the sacrificial lamb who, like, gets hurt. People who've been traumatized can hurt other people.
Right.
And so that was, like, a good angle.
So we'll get to that conversation next time. We've already talked about it happening, so we'll have to see their conversation.
Yeah, we'll talk about all the season 4 stuff and then our kind of, like, final takes on Quelliot.
Yeah.
Next time.
And TV showrunners. Thank you for listening. 50v20 is a production of Lemming Drops Studio. You can find links to this show and more at lemmingdrops.com.
Subscribe to the show and review the show on your favorite podcatcher.
Join the Facebook group at Lemming Drops Studio Tour for updates.
Follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at 50v20podcast. And send us gifts.
And support the show at patreon.com/lemmingdrops.
Bye!